Well, we moved here during lockdown. I mean, exactly when things shut down. So we've just been able to spend a lot of time at home and creating our home. But I think it's just the lifestyle and, you know, the weather's pretty great. But we're just happy.
Just when you thought the Meghan Markle saga had reached its peak, a new scandal explodes from the shadows. One so secretive, even California's governor is rumored to be involved in keeping it under wraps. Why is Meghan's mother, Doria Ragland, suddenly at the center of a sealed labor case, a mysterious cash-only business, and a fortune that appeared overnight?
I'm a sleeper, but the teeth are coming in, so, you know, any moms will understand that, where you go, they might be the best sleeper in the world, and then the moment that that's happening, you just have so much sympathy for them. So yes, I've been up most.
The silence from the Sussex camp is deafening, but the questions are only getting louder. Buckle up, because what's happening behind the scenes could shake the royal world to its core. Beneath the surface of Doria Ragland's seemingly wholesome caregiving business, loving kindness in your care management, lies a web of unanswered questions and eyebrow-raising details. On paper, it sounds like a compassionate service for California's wealthiest seniors, but a closer look reveals a company with no office, no website, and no public staff. Just a direct line to Doria's personal phone.
Being a big brother, I think it's just, you know, everyone tells you, well, actually someone told H and I that when you have one kid, it's a hobby, and 2 children is parenting. And suddenly we realized, oh, right, everyone talks about what it's like for the second child, but no one talks about the adjustment for the first child.
Yeah.
When the second one comes.
Every transaction is reportedly handled in cash, with no traceable records, and the clientele is a very specific group. Wealthy, isolated, elderly individuals with little family oversight. The more you dig, the more suspicious it gets. Why would a legitimate business operate entirely in the shadows, targeting the most vulnerable and affluent? The red flags are impossible to ignore, and the secrecy only deepens the mystery. What truly sets alarm bells ringing is Doria Ragland's overnight transformation from struggling to pay property taxes to reportedly amassing a fortune of over $9 million.
She wasn't sort of dumping on the royals. It was nice to get an insight into their life.
Even just by being there, she's dumping on the royals. Anyway, I like her. I'm turning the corner. The interview is... I'm coming off a low base, but it's improving. I like her now-ish.
This dramatic financial leap happened right around the time Meghan entered the royal spotlight, raising eyebrows about where the money really came from. For someone with a background as a yoga instructor and social worker, such a windfall seems almost impossible without something unusual happening behind the scenes. The timing is too perfect, the numbers too staggering, and the explanations too few. As whispers of offshore accounts and hidden investments swirl, the question remains: how did Doria go from modest means to millionaire status in the blink of an eye? The mystery deepens with the labor case itself, which has been sealed so tightly that even seasoned legal professionals can't access a single detail.
I wonder, when you watched Meghan Markle speak out, what went through your mind?
Public service, it's a bright, sharp, hot spotlight. And most people don't understand it, nor should they. The thing that I always keep in mind is that none of this is about us in public service.
Not only is it hidden from public court databases, but rumors suggest this extraordinary level of secrecy was ordered at the highest levels, possibly by California Governor Gavin Newsom, who has previously gone to bat for Meghan and Harry's charitable ventures. The connection is hard to ignore. A governor with a history of defending the Sussexes now linked to a case that could expose uncomfortable truths about Doria's business. With every attempt to uncover information met by stonewalling and veiled threats, it's clear that powerful forces are working overtime to keep this scandal buried. The lengths to which this story has been buried are nothing short of extraordinary. Court clerks refuse to release even the most basic information. Documents are locked away, and anyone who tries to dig deeper faces subtle threats and professional pushback.
I always try to push the light back out and focus it on the folks that we're actually here to serve.
But what about when she talked about the fact that she experienced racism? I mean, I feel like that was heartbreaking to hear that she felt like she...
The few details that have leaked paint a troubling picture. A caregiving business operating without proper licenses or insurance, dealing exclusively in cash, and wielding enormous influence over wealthy, isolated seniors. With the involvement of attorneys known for controversial conservatorship cases, the risk to vulnerable clients is impossible to ignore. The silence from everyone involved, especially Meghan and Doria, only fuels suspicions that there's much more to this story than meets the eye. Adding another layer to the intrigue is Meghan's own potential role in this shadowy operation. Known for her legal savvy and strategic planning, Meghan reportedly worked with Doria to secure company names and lay the groundwork for complex financial structures even before marrying into royalty.
Thought differently of her.
Race isn't a new construct in this world for people of color. So it wasn't a complete surprise to hear her feelings and to have them articulated. I think the thing that I hope for and the thing I think about is that this first and foremost is a family.
This suggests a long-term, calculated approach rather than a series of coincidences. Yet, while Meghan has built her brand as a champion for transparency and the vulnerable, the silence and secrecy surrounding this case stand in stark contrast to her public persona. The disconnect between the Sussexes' carefully curated image and the unanswered questions about Doria's business only deepens the sense that something is being hidden from view. At the heart of this scandal are the vulnerable seniors who may be caught in the crossfire. People who deserve protection, not exploitation.
And I pray for forgiveness and healing for them so that they can use this as a teachable moment for us all.
Yeah, we talk about a lot more, but it was so interesting because, you know, as Mrs. Obama has spent a lot of time with the royal family as First Lady, and it's reported that Harry...
The lack of transparency and the media's near-total silence only make the situation more alarming, raising questions about how much influence and power can shield those at the center of controversy. If even a fraction of the rumors are true, the implications go far beyond celebrity gossip, touching on the integrity of our legal system and the safety of those least able to defend themselves. The stakes are enormous, not just for Meghan and Doria, but for public trust in the institutions meant to protect us all. What's most striking is the fortress of protection that seems to surround Meghan and Doria. A network of crisis managers, high-powered attorneys, political allies, and business fronts all working in concert to keep the truth under wraps.
Actually taken a lot of similarities to the Obamas. They both have Netflix deals. They both have deals at Spotify. And so it was really interesting to hear her take on all of this.
Yeah, and you have a lot more coming up in a little bit. You get more of the conversation coming up next hour. All right. Cover a lot of ground.
We cover a lot of ground. We hear about the girls moving in and even the boyfriend.
You went there too.
The sudden appearance of wealth, the sealed court case, and whispers of offshore accounts and shell companies all point to a sophisticated effort to obscure what's really going on. With every layer of secrecy, the stakes only grow higher. Legal, financial, and ethical questions that could have far-reaching consequences. As the public is left in the dark, the pressure mounts for answers, and for the truth to finally come to light. In the end, this isn't just about royal drama or celebrity intrigue. It's about demanding transparency and accountability from those in power, no matter how carefully they try to control the narrative. The questions swirling around Doria Ragland's business, the sealed labor case, and Meghan's possible involvement deserve real answers, not silence and stonewalling. If there's nothing to hide, why go to such extraordinary lengths to keep everything secret? The truth has a way of surfacing, no matter how deep it's buried. For the sake of the vulnerable, for the integrity of our institutions, and for the public's right to know, it's time to keep asking questions and refuse to look away. Because in the end, no one, not even a duchess and her mother, should be above scrutiny.